Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Oh, you can repeat that. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Shri Medha Dakshinamurti Swamine Namaha. Om Shri Medha Dakshinamurti Swamine Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Puranamunina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayanim Ambatvamanusandathami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim Namostute Vyasavishala Buddhe Phullara Vindaya Tapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipah Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Sthunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyana Vastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginah Yasyantam Na Vidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we are in chapter 3 and verse 19. If you want, you can also see in your phone if you want. Okay. So this verse, chapter 3 is regarding Karma Yoga. Chapter 2 was regarding Buddhi Yoga. So, chapter 2 is preparing our Buddhi and chapter 3 is proving to enter into Karma, doing the right thing. So, first you have the right attitude in terms of the Buddhi and then you do the right actions. So, the whole Karma Yoga is about right attitude and doing the right actions. This is Karma Yoga. And Arjuna had a problem. He didn't want to do his duty. He didn't want to perform his duty. He saw, he was there to, do the battle for the sake of Dharma. He wants to protect Dharma and he had Bhagavan on his side and he was ready to do that. But once he was there, although the soldiers were all standing and staring at him and, they're having the ninja stance ready to fight with him, even his own grandfather Bhishma was also ready, armored, and Kavacha, Drona had the Kavacha, and they were all ready to fight. What you could see is only all the masks, like we wear masks these days. They had the face shield and the armor and all the weapons to fight and defeat, not just defeat Arjuna, not just defeat Pandavas, to kill them all. Whereas when Arjuna was there and he asked Bhagavan Krishna to put the chariot, he suddenly felt about all the relatives. So although what he could see is all soldiers and fighters and ready to kill him, he was seeing the relationship between him and his teacher and his grandfather and all those relationships he was seeing, and that is fine. We are all related some way or the other. We want to take care of each other, especially when it comes to our people. But going against Dharma, you're going to sacrifice the Dharma and put all the people in jeopardy because of this association with their relatives, and they're not even reciprocating, right? So Bhagavan wants him to be able to do his Dharma. Bhagavan, for the sake of Dharma, Bhagavan wants him to take up to the battle, to the act of fighting, right? So this chapter is regarding Bhagavan continuing, this sloka is regarding Bhagavan continuing to show him how inaction is not going to work. Inaction is not going to work. And how it's not going to work? It's not going to give you what you really seek in your life. The highest. We all seek some artha, some wealth, some minimum health also. So minimum health, we are here for that. Some health and some secured wealth, so that way it helps us in the times of need. That is artha. And then when we have enough, we want to indulge in some pleasures also, right? So that also is a human pursuit. Humans have that urge. everything is fine, my health is fine and all that, one night out, one party. So that, little bit of, indulging is also there in the human mind. That is kama. Artha pursuit is there, minimum health, wealth. Kama pursuit is also there, minimum pleasures. After all, why did I collect all this money? Just for some numbers in my bank, increasing? Let me also spend something. It may not be, spending for yourself. It may be spending for some grandchildren, children, parents, for their pleasures and all that. That is kama. Then comes the dharma. When you have everything right, then we think about, what is right, what is politically right, how it should be, how the leader should be, how I should be correct in my life. Enough of all the compromises. Let me follow what is right. So the dharma pursuit is also there. Now, in and through all these pursuits, you also want to be free from just keep on seeking. Freedom from having to go on, churn out yourself for the 9 to 5 job. Some freedom you want. That's why retirement is there, right? So some freedom also we seek. We want to be free from having to keep on pursuing things. So that freedom, why would you seek that? Because you are innately, you have a sense of a longing for that, right? So that freedom, which is your own, you are seeking everywhere else. What is your own? So that is called moksha, the pursuit of moksha. So the pursuit of freedom here and now. I want to be free from the botherations of my body, not after I die. I want to be free from the botherations of body here, now. I want to be free from having to keep on seeking, keep on saying yes sir to my boss here and now. Means, you invest something and you find something. That has got its own complications anyway. So we are seeking some freedom in terms of, so many different things. That Shastra says that freedom is your nature. What is your nature? You're seeking outside. So that is the moksha pursuit. That is the teaching is about moksha. Even Gita is about moksha. But for this moksha pursuit, you should have performed everything, all your duties in the right way, right? So we can say enough only when we have done enough. We can say enough of all this only when we have done properly, when we have accomplished properly all this. So Bhagavan is giving the same teaching to Arjuna. You perform your action now. You do what is right. You are swayed away by your likes and dislikes. You're carried away by your likes and you want to do something because you like it. You don't want to do something because you dislike it. But don't you want to think what is right at this given time and given place? Is this the right time for you to talk about getting away from the battlefield? My Swamiji, he used to say that when the bridegroom is all when the bride is all ready to get married, suddenly if she says, "Mom, I changed my mind," or "Dad, I changed my mind," how will the dad feel? You'll have a problem here, right? So likewise, Arjuna is this the right time for you to, because you're here to perform, in spite of you disliking, you're here, you're looked upon to perform your duties. So why don't you think in terms of what is right and wrong, and why don't we train you? Bhagavan says, why don't I train you in karma? So what is right matches with what you like. And what you don't want to do, what you dislike, matches with what is adharma. So what is dharma will be matching with what you like, naturally, spontaneously, and what is adharma will be what you dislike. Why don't we train you like that? So Bhagavan is training Arjuna in Karma Yoga. That is this whole thing, right? So here the shloka, you look at it, Bhagavan is, this is 19th shloka. In the previous shloka, 18th shloka, 2 shlokas, Bhagavan said why, this karma having to do, is this a mandate for everyone? Does everyone have to perform karma? What about the sannyasis? Do they also have to perform karma? Because they have given up everything. The sannyasis, technically, they even do the shraddha for themselves when they are alive before they take up sannyasa. And if I can say, they even do the shraddha for the parents if they're alive, even if they're alive. before they take up sannyasa. So all that they need to, they should have done, they do it before and take up sannyasa. So there are sannyasis who are jnanis, who are wise. There's no mandate for them to do karma. There's no mandate for them to go and vote. Hey, it is your right, as it is your responsibility as a citizen, go and vote. You cannot say that for a sannyasi. Sannyasi, his wishes itself will bring the right thing in power. That is the belief. Their prayers, their wishes, their power of sankalpa will put the right person in power. So they don't have to go and do all these duties of having to vote, taking up a job and all that. They don't do. So that was Krishna's message in the last two shlokas. He was talking about karma all through, and he's saying there are exceptions. And after saying there are exceptions, Arjuna would immediately think, am I also exempted? We all don't want to be following the rules. We want to be the exempt, right? So Arjuna is asking, am I also exempted? So then Krishna says in this shloka, I'll say this shloka slowly. They're into 4 parts. You can repeat after me each part. Tasmad asaktas satatam. Asaktas satatam. Satatam. Karyam karma samachara. Karyam karma samachara. Good. Asakto hyacharan karma. Asakto hyacharan karma. Paramapnoti purushaha. Paramapnoti purushaha. So Bhagavan says, so when Arjuna is having this doubt, he didn't even ask, he didn't even spell out his doubt. But Bhagavan is Bhagavan. He will always in the Gita, even before the question is arised, he would try to take that side and tell what is right about it, what is wrong about it. So this is Shastra. Shastra will take up both sides and talk about the pros and cons on both sides. That is Shastra. That is why Gita is called Shastra. So says, you don't have, Arjuna, you don't have that steadfastness of mind. Your mind is not steadfastly, thinking about the reality about yourself, the nature of yourself as a mukta purusha, as a free being. Not free being in the sense you can do anything, as a free being in terms of the Shastra. That understanding, that clarity is not there for you. So for that clarity, you have to do some work. What work you have to do? You have to study Shastra. Because Shastra only is talking about your Swarupa. Then if you have to study Shastra, your mind has to be focused. So let us prepare your mind. How do we prepare your mind? Mind preparation comes when you do karma. How does karma help us in preparing our mind? When you do the right action, you are doing the right action in spite of what you like. So then the mind has to come back from what it likes to what is need to be done. You're training your mind like this. Like we are all familiar how meditation would train us, right? Likewise, how would karma train our mind? When you do the right thing, kartavyam karma, when you do what needs to be done, then your mind is coming back to what is to be done compared to what is to be liked. The likes and dislikes does not take you for the ride. Does not take you for the ride means what? Does not take your mind for the ride. Right? Does not take the mind for the ride. So your mind will keep on coming back. So your mind will be available for you to do what is right. This way, when you train the mind, whatever Shastra says will be so easily available for you, for your mind, and you will understand your reality. You will know your reality as someone who is free here and now. You don't have to go to Golok, Vrindavan. You don't have to go to Shivaloka. You don't have to go to Swargaloka to enjoy that freedom, enjoy that happiness. That is Krishna's message. So for that reason, let us do karma. That's what Bhagavan says. Tasmat is therefore. So therefore, always perform well. What is a well here? Samachara. Achara means acharan karo. Ye karo. Acharan karo means do it well. Samachara means do it perfectly. Do it perfectly. Tasmat, and when Krishna has to give say what is meant by doing perfectly. When we do action, what is meant by doing perfectly? Of course, we need to know how to do. A puja, for example, what is meant by doing perfectly? You have to start with avahanam, and then you have to finish with, complete with arati, and there are so many steps in between. We need to know all the steps. But then there are so many things we are doing. So Bhagavan says, one upaya, one riti, एक रीति रिवाज मैं आपको देता हूं जिससे आप परफेक्शन आ जाएगा अपने आप. इससे through this riti you'll get the perfection. What is a riti? Asaktah. Asaktah. Saktah means being entangled. Asaktah means being free. You do your duties, not associating, but dissociating from your likes and dislikes. So asaktah means don't get carried away by your likes and dislikes, because when what you like, if it doesn't happen, it becomes krodha. Kamat krodha hai. When what you like and what you get doesn't match, there's a krodha. Then krodha sammoha. Then you forget yourself. In anger, we forget ourselves, and we even forget what is right and what is wrong also. We give गाली पिताजी को सुनाते हैं गाली, माताजी को सुनाते हैं गाली, क्रोध आने से सभी चलता है ना. So we forget that minimum, who is right and what is wrong. So once the krodha comes, then we are not in our control. If I ask you, krodha itself is not, it's not an action. It's a reaction. If I ask you to smile, you'll all smile. Can I ask you to smile for a second? Everybody is smiling, right? Suppose if I ask you to get angry for 1 minute, can you show anger for a second? See, he's smiling even more, right? So that is a reaction. We don't want to get to that point. So if you don't want to get to that point, then when you do something, better let it be in terms of not what you like. So you asakta, the association may not be with your like, may you dissociate from what you like. Then you will see that naturally you will have an association to do what is right. So that is asakta, from what you like and what you dislike. Everybody was there in the puja, yesterday. That is a samskara, good samskara. You could have always said, puja is all long, too boring. I don't want to be in the puja, right? So, but when you all came here, it was nice. Even now I feel that good effect of the puja yesterday, right? So that is how, you thought puja. बचपन से हमको पूजा में थोड़ा बैठना है, पूजा में हाथ जोड़ना है. So that is against what you like actually, because बचपन से हमको पूजा में बिठाएंगे तो माँ बाप जबरदस्त करके बिठाना पड़ता है ना. So that is how it works, from taking away yourself from what you like to what is right. So that is the asakta. So and asakta hai karyam karma samachara. So now you are ready to think of not in terms of what you like and what you dislike. You are ready to think of what is right. But who has to tell what is right? Many areas we don't know what is right. So then it says that kartavyam karma. Do your roles properly. Role of a daughter, role of parent, role of a woman, role of a man, role of a doctor, role of your profession. So do that, samachara, do that kartavyam, whatever you need to do, whatever roles you have taken up in your life, do that perfectly. You know what it means to be perfect in certain roles when it comes to work and all that. Certain roles, Shastra also will tell you what is right. Speaking truth is always right. Himsa, don't do himsa. Shastra says, right? Even without Shastra saying, we know. I cannot hurt somebody because I don't want myself to be hurt. That is a very simple, that is called universal value. Everyone has that value. Even a pygmy in Africa would have the same value, and a pandita in Kashi also will say, I don't want to hurt somebody because I don't want to be hurt. And then what about the speaking truth? That value also we all know. I don't want to be lied, right? I don't feel, I think I've been taken for granted if somebody lies to me, right? So I don't want to be lied. So I also try not to lie. These values are good. So, and also himsa, na kuryat. But Arjuna has to fight. The soldiers in our border in China are ready to fight to protect our country. We wish they fight, we wish they win. Right? So, what is that? Then comes that is where, what is my role? As a soldier, your role is to fight. Vishesha dharma.
Particular person's
Karma. You are correct. The term is Vishesha dharma. Samanya dharma, so speaking truth, not hurting. Then there's a Vishesha dharma. So Vishesha dharma is all very specific. What is Vishesha dharma for a woman may not be a Vishesha dharma for a man. What is a Vishesha dharma for a Brahmana may not be a Vishesha dharma for a Kshatriya. Right? When something goes wrong, the Kshatriya will be more furious about that. And the Brahmana would try to put some sense and say, maybe we have to look into it or a Vaishya may not even may think, what is the opportunity in this, so that so we can okay, so it's all, that is all. We want all the three dharmas, all the three so everything grows. There should be prosperity in the country. For everybody should do their roles. Everybody has got a certain mental making, and it should go on like that. Now, so that is the Vishesha dharma. Those things you perform. So what you perform, we have told you, role playing. And how you perform, just dissociate from your likes and dislikes and perform. It's not it's easy said than done. Bhagavan has been, it may be a new message for you now today. Bhagavan has been telling this in several slokas before also. So it's a matter of not even practice, it is a matter of understanding how we go about it. That is why the whole Shastra, that is why the whole Gita, 700 slokas are there.
But who decides what is right or wrong? What is right for one person?
Yeah. Right. So
how do you come to a conclusion of what is right and wrong?
So when it comes to, for example, when it comes to say somebody hurting somebody, the court decides. He is right and you are wrong, right? The court decides. So it goes by some constitution. So everywhere there can be some, that we call the constitution as a shastra for certain things, certain areas. So likewise in our life also, there is there is a thing available, there is shastra available. If you look for it, there is shastra available. Or you talk to a wise person. You talk to a wise person. You talk to a sadhu who has learned. Who's learned? He should be learned. There are sadhus who are in the pursuit of learning. There are sadhus who are learned also. They are all good. You can talk to them and see, put forth your situation and see, put forth your dilemma and say, is this right, what I'm doing, and is it wrong? We have to take the consultation. That's called consultation. Consultation of older people, consultation of the experts in that area, consultation of experts in the family matters. Sometimes parents are not experts in family matters. There'll be somebody else who has to mediate, right? So all these consultations are we take. You be very objective. So the whole thing is about you being so objective, and you also, when they have some point, you take that also. So when I say dissociating with your likes and dislikes, it means you being objective. I'm ready for help. If I want to take some help, I'm ready for it. Somebody expert is saying that you may have to doctor's coming. There's so many habits we do which he's not agreeing to, right? So we are ready to take his help. We are ready to appreciate what he says and implement, right? So that kind of a growth, that will help us to grow in that area which we don't know, in that area which we don't agree with somebody. Yeah. So it's a growing clarity, it's a growing process. Now, so that is samachara, nirvartaya. Samachara, we saw the word samachara means do it perfectly, and perfection is not just in terms of you being, getting all the ticks in your yearly assessment. That is the job of your boss. But according to Bhagavan, what is perfection? Just be objective and do what needs to be done. That is Bhagavan's way of perfection. Bhagavan only cares about that. Okay? Boss cares about all the nitty-gritty. Bhagavan doesn't care. He just looks at the topical level and says, you just focus on this. He puts that seed in you, so it helps you in all areas. That is Bhagavan's role. Then, asaktahi yasmat san acharan. I'm reading, this is not there in the book, Ben. I'm reading this from the Bhashya, Shankara Bhashya. Asaktahi Asmat san acharan ishwarartham karma. This is another beautiful word. I'm glad it came here. So now we have to bring in some spirituality there. We have to bring in some religion also there. What is a religion here? What is spirituality here? Bhagavan says, see, when you do action, you do with some kind of a objectivity. But that objectivity is easily said than done, right? So Bhagavan is giving a upaya. When you do action, do as if ये मैं ईश्वरार्पण कर रहा हूँ, ईश्वर के लिए अर्पण है, जो मैं कर रहा हूँ वो ईश्वर के लिए अर्पण है. मुझे आई फील दैट दिस इज द राइट थिंग टू डू इन दिस सिचुएशन, एंड इसमें गलती भी हो सकता है. भगवान ये सब आपको अर्पण कर रहा हूँ मैं. जैसा हम सब फूल अर्पण किया भगवान के लिए, ऐसा मेरा कर्म मैं अर्पण कर रहा हूँ. मेरा अर्चना, मेरा पूजा, मेरा कर्म है. तो ईश्वरार्थम कर्म. आई एम टाइपिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ कंप्यूटर, भगवान ये मेरा पूजा है आपके लिए, दिस इज माई अर्पणा. So Ishvara, Bhagavan is giving, the Acharyas are giving the upaya. They're saying when you do karma, however subjective you feel, if you do it and then say, Bhagavan, this way I'm not totally objective in what I'm doing, this is arpana for you, you please manage from now on. Ishvara arpanam karma. And when the phala, the results come, prasada buddhi. Results to action, as I told you yesterday, it can be more than action. Can be right action, or it can be something different and all that, right? So results also can be what you like, what you dislike, and sometimes results are what more than expected. Sometimes it's more than expected is good. You are having this treatment, more than expected result.
Maybe opposite.
Opposite also, these are our way of saying, yeah. Opposite is also not good. Initially, doctor says you. No, initially doctor also says that, right? He says sometimes you feel that, it's going the other way. Then it will come back. So all these things are there. So we are in this Ayurveda Alaya, and I'm just giving the message to my viewers who will be viewing this video later. And this was also a sankalpa of the Swamiji you were asking yesterday. That Swamiji's sankalpa is that, I get some treatment here. So he is no more. And then he wanted me to get some Ayurveda treatment, and I'm here. So this is how Mahatma's sankalpa. It helps you even after they left their body. Yeah, paropakara. That's all coming later. Paropakara. They're always about upakara to others. So what I'm trying to say is, results can be also 4 different categories: less, more, same, opposite, and all that. So then you say, Bhagavan, जो result मिल रहा है, ये मेरा आपका प्रसाद है. When you do with this attitude, then what can stop you? It's hard.
But it is only very difficult.
Very difficult. It is difficult without this upaya, Ben. Without this upaya, it's even more difficult, which is happening anyway. Now, just upaya is there. Now we have to work on it. You're right. It's a growing clarity. For that, we need to know what is Ishvara also. Right? So Ishvara ka clarity bhi badna hai. Or Amara maturity also badna. Everything, it's a grow. It will all come together. So this is the upaya Bhagavan gives. And asakta hi acharan. When you do karma like this, what do you get? Paramapnoti purusha. This person, param apnoti. Param. Apnoti mane, Gujarati mein apo. वही आपनोती है. आपो मने सुवेन. Give, gain, gaining. Apo mane is so this is param apnoti. This person gains the highest. Just with this attitude, if you do the karma, you gain the highest. How? By preparing your mind. And after you prepare your mind, you sit like this and study Shastra. So you don't have to wait for your mind to be ready. You do simultaneously, you prepare your mind, study Shastra, prepare your mind, study Shastra, and it will all beautifully come together. Just like you pour water and the sunlight and the earth, everything together, resulting in a beautiful plant. So that is the param. You'll get the highest. Purusha. Purusha is also for all mankind. Puri Shayat, one who is inside this deha. I am also inside my deha in terms of the subtle body, right? So when someone leaves the body, You don't see anything going out because it's a subtle body going out. And for us, the subtle body, if you have all the desires, आशा पाशा, ये करना था, वो करना था, हमको यहाँ जाना था, वहाँ जाना था, सबके साथ हम जब जाते हैं, भगवान उसका अनुकूल शरीर देते हैं. भगवान उसका अनुकूल शरीर अगर हमको प्राप्त है तो, if you are qualified for that, Bhagavan gives the share. But when Mahatma, when they leave the body, their subtle body is so divya, so pavitra, it will come and increase the pavitrata of the entire planet. Everybody will feel tad more pavitra. There will be a seed of pavitrata, seed of jnana, seed of ananda. They will put in everybody and go. That is Mahatma. So this param is highest. Whatever you highest is what we said. Highest is the moksha purushartha, paramartha purushartha. That will be your purushartha. So that you will achieve. Paramajnanam, param sukham. Not the shatish, not the vishya sukham. Vishya sukham is when my computer goes fine, I am happy. If my computer doesn't work, I am not happy. That is a vishya sukha. But the parama sukha is you discovering happiness within yourself and you seeing yourself as a source of happiness. Then you will see everybody is happy around you. That kind of a param sukha. So that is the shloka. Therefore, I am just translating one more time before we go to the next shloka. Therefore, always perform well the action that is to be done without getting swayed by your likes and dislikes, because by performing action without getting swayed, a person attains the highest. That is the translation for this verse. So I gave a lot of background just because I'm getting introduced to you for the first time. I gave all the background. So next shloka, we'll see. There's a very interesting shlokas are coming up. Next shloka is a very, very nice shloka. Now, you can always say, if my mind is already prepared, if I'm ready, then do I have anything to do? You may not have anything to do, but do I need to do something? What about those people who are wise? Do they do something? They don't have to do something is one thing, but are they doing something? That is the question. If you ask that question, then the question is kind of answered here. They also still do some things. Let us see how they do and what they do. That is shloka number 20. Karmanyaiva hi samsiddhim. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim. Samsiddhim. Asthita janakadayah. Lokasangrahamevapi sampashyan kartumarhasi. Karmana evahi samsiddhim. Janakadayah. Janaka, who is Janaka? Father of Sita. Father of Rama. Rama is Avatara Purusha. Rama's father-in-law Janaka was a jnani. He's a wise man also. He's a jnani. He was doing his action. He was ruling the kingdom. There's also another Janaka in our Puranas. He is also a jnani. He was also doing what needs to be done. So he was a king. Obviously a king, small, running a place like this Ayurveda Alaya, you see how much activities are there. We are 7 people, but we know there are 20 people working for us. Am I right? So running a kingdom is not an easy job. Running a show is not an easy job. So kings like Janaka, they're wise, they're still performing. Prahlada was a king. Prahlada, we know, is a Balak. His father was Hiranyakashipu, but he also became a king. He was ruling his kingdom for a lot of time. Dhruva was a king. Ashwapati is another king. All these kings, Ramchandra Bhagwan, he was also doing what needs to be done. Right? So Raja, all these kings are examples of showing that they still do karma. And so karmana evahi samsiddhim. Karmana is tritiya vibhakti ekavachanam. Karmana, through karma, by karma only, Janakadaya, all these people, they attain the highest by doing karmana, by performing action. Samsiddhim means they attain the highest by performing action. They asthitaha means they establish themselves in that highest not just staying there for a minute and coming back. They permanently, they were dwelling in that highest position in terms of their, mental maturity and all that, just by performing actions. And then the next line says, there's one more reason why they will all do karma. All these jnanis, there's one more reason they will do karma. Loka sangraha mevapi. Loka sangraha. For the benefit of the entire loka, planet, they'll keep doing action. You will not see them sitting quiet. That doesn't mean a Mahatma who is sitting quiet in Himalayas is not doing the right. That doesn't mean he is not doing what needs to be done. They are not mandated. They can either be that Mahatma or they can be a Mahatma who is working in the world for the upliftment of the people, for the, in terms of their spirituality and all that. So that is the Loka Sangraha Mevapi Sampashyan Kartum Arhasi. उसको देखने से भी, संपश्यन मीन्स उसको देखते हुए भी, लोग का इतना उद्धार करने के लिए, लोगों का उद्धार करने के लिए मौका है, उनके लिए प्राप्त है, उनके लिए इसका अर्ह, दे आर क्वालिफाइड फॉर दिस, उसको देखते हुए भी ज्ञानी लोग कर्म में प्रवृत्त होते रहेंगे, प्रवृत्त होते रहेंगे, they will keep following. Samyak kartum arhasi. Even for that reason, hey Arjuna, kartum arhasi means, hey Arjuna, even for that reason, you may not be, you may not have anything to achieve in your life. You are ready to give up everything at this point. But think of those people for the Loka Sangraha. Why don't you do something for them? Why should it be always about you? Do something for them. For that reason, at least.
To set the example for other people.
Right. That's coming more. Yeah. So setting the example will come next sloka.
Achha, but what they say, what you say that for a follow करेंगे तो अगर
वो एकदम right. एकदम परिष्कार, very clearly it will come next to us. But you're right. It is all intuitively understood from this. They cannot. It's understood from this. The sloka is coming next for that. So this sloka is about two reasons. Either Janakadaya, they are, just to see that all these great kings, they were doing what needs to be done. They are not mandated to, but they took up to action. They took up to action so that they knew that this is the way for perfection. As I told you, the perfection is in terms of preparing your mind. Then after you prepare, then the Shastra has to work. Once the mind is ready, the Shastra has to work. So both are important, right? So some people say, कर्म करो, कर्म करो, कर्म। गीता में पूरा कर्म का व्याख्यान है और कुछ नहीं है, ऐसा बोलते हैं लोग। गीता में सिर्फ कर्म करो, यही गीता का तात्पर्य। गीता का तात्पर्य ये नहीं है। गीता का तात्पर्य कर्म ठीक ठीक करो, कर्म का रीति रिवाज क्या है, और वो कर्म से आपका मन को तैयारी करो, और जो तैयार किया हुआ मन में शास्त्र ठीक ठीक बैठेगा, शास्त्र का उपदेश ठीक ठीक बैठेगा। ये दोनों, और शास्त्र का उपदेश जब बैठेगा, then you will see yourself as that Mukta Purusha, here and now. You will see, you will be free from the sense of bondage. You will be free from the sense of, bondage of any sort. That is the Shastra. Paramananda Praptihi Sarva Anartha Nivrittihi. So Gita's intent is to take you there. Paramananda Praptihi Sarva Anartha, जो भी अनर्थ है उसका पूरा पूरा निवृत्त के लिए. All that meaninglessness should go away in our lives. Right? So that is Gita's thing. So all these people, and if these people are jnanis, then also for Loka Sangraha, for the sake of everybody else, they would keep doing action. Even for that reason, they would keep doing action. But they are not bound. I'll give you an example. There's a, in the prison, there's a superintendent of prison. He also works in the prison. And all the prisoners are also, they are giving some duties. Jao, ket ka, tik karo, ye karo, wo karo. They'll be in chains and they'll be cleaning the freeway sometimes. America, I see that. In the US, I see that. They'll be sometimes, they'll be having to clean the highways, freeways, and all that. Some of them are, even kind of, sometimes, they are kind of restricted also, because they may be, so they may have the potential to escape and all. So, superintendent भी काम कर रहा है, और ये जो कैदी भी काम कर रहा है. What is the attitude of the कैदी? अरे क्या है मेरा नसीब में, मैं यहाँ आ गया हूँ, मैं कब यहाँ से मुक्त पाऊंगा, मैं क्यों ये गलती किया? Always, feeling of omission and commission, guilt and hate and all that, उसके साथ साथ वो काम कर रहा है. और सुपरनेंट का वो सब चिंता नहीं है, वो आएंगे 5 बजे आने से छुट्टी है, वो जाएंगे, वापस जाएंगे। तो दोनों एक ही जगह पे काम कर रहे हैं। एक का मन ऐसा है और दूसरा का मन ऐसा। तो भगवान इज ट्रेनिंग यू टू हैव दैट माइंड, superintendent's mind, or that person, the jailer's mind, and not the prisoner's mind while doing act. See, that's what I'm saying. So that is the Bhagavan. So all this Janakadaya and all those people, they have been doing like that. So indeed, I'll just give the translation. By action alone, Janaka and others gained liberation. Also by merely seeing the desirability of protecting the people, Lokasangrartham, from falling into unbecoming ways. As you know, as you said, intuitively, if they don't do, we also won't do. So, in intuitive ways, you ought to perform action. You ought to perform action. So, this is shloka. See how this shloka was, beautifully Bhagavan says, giving nice examples also. Bhagavan doesn't stop there. We'll see in the next, we'll try to, we got maybe another 15 minutes. So we'll finish the next 2 shlokas and then we'll because the next shloka Bhagavan is talking about himself also. Very interesting. So, acha. Abhi, this next shloka, 21st, ज्ञानवता कृतार्थेन लोकसंग न प्रवर्तितव्यम्. So, say, let us take the paksha. I said 2 pakshas. Janakadaya may be preparing themselves and taking up to actions, or all this Janaka, Dhruva, they're all already jnanis and already jnanis, and then they're doing perform action for the loka sangraha. There's two things. Let us take the paksha that they are jnanis. If they're jnanis, you are saying the loka sangrahartham they should do, but is it should they really do, or they need not also have to do, because they are free. They are free. They don't have to do also. You said they are free, and you said they are performing for loka sangraha. Then they need not also. If they are free, then the other option is also open. They don't have to even perform. Then Bhagavan says, for this very important shloka. This is very important shloka. I can remember to even quote actually. Yad acharati sreshtah, acharati sreshtah, tattadevo taro janah, tattadeve taro janah, sayat pramanam kurute, lokastad anuvartate. Yadyad acharati sreshtah. Sreshtah, the Sreshta Purusha, the leaders, the people who we look up to, the kings, and say Panditas and the kings and all the learned men who we look up to, Yadyad acharati, whatever they perform, whatever they do, acharati. Itaraha janaha tattadeva acharati. Other people will follow the same. They will think this is the right thing to do in this situation, so maybe I will do the same thing. They will try to follow. If they cannot follow, they will try to at least imitate. Right? They will try to fake it and then make it. So if somebody is a cricketer, Sachin Tendulkar is doing very good cricket, he is playing some strokes. If you see all the kids, they'll be playing, they will be thinking that they are Sachin. मन में ऐसा एक भाव बैठेगा ना, I am Sachin. They think that they are keeping the legs, they're holding the stance like Sachin, right? They're looking at the ball like Sachin. Bowling action also, if some good bowler is there, they want to imitate, they want to follow. People like us also, we want to follow who is famous, who is popular, who is good in that area. So, yadyad acharati sreshta tattadeva itara janaha. Then, not just they follow, sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. Whatever they say is right. Sayat pramanam kurute. When the elders, when they perform something, that becomes a pramanam also. that becomes a sashanam. That becomes sashanam. Not just we follow, it becomes a rule also. What they do becomes not just something to follow, but they make it as a rule also. Even after they die, even after they go, it becomes a rule. They set an example, it becomes a rule. So then we don't want to confuse. When what we are going to do is going to become a rule for people who look up to us, then we better do the right things, right? So that is what Sayat Pramanam Kurte Lokastad Anuvartate. They keep following forever those things. So what is the intent of this shloka? Intent is therefore. Therefore the intent is what is coming later. But this shloka is just about what this Sreshtaha. Sreshtaha yat pramanam kurute lokaha. I'm just looking at the Bhashya here. So that's where Ramachandra also, you see Ramachandra Bhagavan, if you want to give an example, Ramachandra Bhagavan was very Maryada Purushottam. Maryada Purushottam. He kept the right Maryada. For everything, there's a right Maryada. Like now, here, Maryada is to give space for Bhagavan and then sit on the side. Everything has a Maryada. So Ramachandra was perfect in the right Maryada. He knows how to give the right, so that way he is very awareful that people should follow. If people follow, they should not follow wrong thing. So that is why people took Ramachandra's Maryada Purushottam, that Dharma Vigraha, Ramaha, that to a certain extreme. Rama only sent Sita once. When Sita came from Ravana, Rama said, Sita, you are pure, perfect. I know that. You are pure, perfect. I know that. And I would like the world also to know that. I have no doubt about you. And Sita is, she's a Bhumi Putri. She came from the earth. So all the elements, in control. She invoked Agni, and Agni Bhagavan said, she is the Pavitra of all Pavitra. What are you talking about her? She was only thinking of you, Rama, all this time. And then Rama is so happy. Now the world also knows my Sita is, pure. And he accepted her. This is Ramachandra Bhagavan. And he wants to do the right thing. Even though he knows what is right, he wants the people to also follow the right thing. That doesn't mean everybody has to do Agni Pravesh and all that. That is not the point. Because when you take it to the extreme, the Uttarakanda came later, and there they added a Dhobi, was accusing Rama, and then Rama had to send Sita and all that. That is all later addition. The devotees of Ramachandra Bhagavan, who were scholars also, they added that portion later, they say. Only once Rama, when from Ravana he came, that thing. So Ramachandra is an example of Maryada Purushottama, Dharma Purushottama. Likewise, they are looked upon. So for that reason, we have to do what needs to be done, right? So then, we have to do what needs to be done is said in the next shloka, after this shloka we can stop. Bhagavan is giving an example. Why we have to do, why even this, learned people have to do what needs to be done. And the example is no other example than himself. Bhagavan is giving his own example. So even Arjuna, even if he has slight doubt in this area, what I am talking to you about, look at this. Name parthasti kartavyam, name parthasti kartavyam, trishu lokeshu kinchana, nanavaptam avaptavyam, nanavaptam avaptavyam, vartayeva cha karmani. Very good. Partha, hey Arjuna, Prataputra. Prata is another name for Kunti. Prata is another name for Kunti. Prataputra, hey Partha, me kartavyam, mere liye, for me, kartavyam na asti. There is nothing to be done for me. Trishu lokeshu, in the three worlds, anavaptam aptavyam kinchana nasti. There is nothing which I lack, which I need to go and gain. There is nothing which I lack. There is nothing which I don't have, for which I need to go and seek and get. तो जो अनवाप्त कुछ नहीं है जिसको प्राप्त करने के लिए मैं मुझको कर्म करना ऐसा कुछ नहीं है करके. हाँ, फॉर भगवान न करना. हाँ, right, yeah, right. But the intent is partha trishu lokeshu kinchana kartavyam nasti. Na anavapt. The next line you see, then because when you say first line says na me partha asti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana, I don't have any kartavya, मुझे कोई कर्तव्य नहीं है करके भगवान कह रहे हैं. तो कर्तव्य नहीं है तो आप इसका मतलब क्या है, आपको कुछ प्राप्त करने के लिए कुछ नहीं है, उसको भी भगवान क्लैरिफाई कर रहे हैं. न अनवाप्तम आप्तव्यम, न अनवाप्तम आप्तव्यम. अनवाप्तम माने that there is something which I don't have, न अनवाप्तव्यम, there is nothing which I lack.
कुछ भी नहीं है जो
मेरे पास नहीं है. Nothing which I lack, which I go and want to have. Na anavaptavyam anavaptam aptavyam. But why is he saying all this? Varta evacha karmani. I still vartan कर रहा हूँ, मैं प्रवर्तन कर रहा हूँ कर्म में, फिर भी मैं प्रवर्तन कर रहा हूँ कर्म में. This is the intent. Not that Bhagavan wants to glorify himself. The intent is, in spite of me not having to gain anything, in spite of me in all the three worlds, in spite of there is no kartavya for me, then also I do what needs to be done. Look at me. Looking at me at least, Bhagavan, now may you perform what needs to be done. Looking at me, hey, all the devotees of Bhagavan, may you do what needs to be done. That is the intent of this shloka. Okay. So, Trishu Lokeshu. Vidya. So that is there. So this shloka is very clear that way. There is no prayojana. That even then Bhagavan became the charioteer. He's downgraded himself. Krishna is himself a great fighter. He's a king. He downgraded himself and took up the job of a driver. Right? Why should he go all this? There's nothing for him to accomplish by this. Still he would do what needs to be done. Right? So this is a depromoting himself. Fir bhi Bhagavan did that. So that is how Bhagavan is saying, Name partasi kartavyam trishlokeshu kinchana nanavaptam avaptavyam varta evacha karmani. So, hey Partha, for me there is nothing to be done in the three worlds. There is nothing to be gained by me, nor which is not yet gained. Yet I remain engaged in action. So may you also, Arjuna, may we also, all of us who are spiritual seekers, who are sadhakas, may we also be engaged in what needs to be done with the prasada buddhi and Ishvara arpana buddhi and gain the highest. That is the intent with which Bhagavan is saying this shloka. Then Bhagavan says, if I don't do what needs to be done, that is all coming later. What if Bhagavan says, agar main nahi kiya to, that we will see next week around the same time. If I don't do what needs to be done, what would people do? Exciting. Next week karte hain usko.
I think what he is telling now, he is setting example for the earliest sloka. There he is saying, whatever.
Let me conclude once. Yeah.
It is Ishvara. So that means he is setting example that I am not doing for myself.
Yeah. So here Bhagavan, I just concluded this. With this, I'm concluding. Bhagavan is giving an example of himself to Arjuna. Don't look around, you look at me. I don't have anything to gain. I was telling, I depromoted myself from a king. Bhagavan is not saying, I'm putting the words in Bhagavan's mouth. I depromoted myself as from the king to a level of a driver. You're a driver, I'm your charioteer now. I don't have much to gain, anything to gain. But I'm doing what needs to be done so that people also take up to what needs to be done. Hey Arjuna, you also take up to what needs to be done. So likewise, I'm concluding this session here. And I was giving the example of the superintendent. You went there. So in the jail, the superintendent also is there and the prisoners are also there. They both are performing action. And they both are performing action, but the prisoner is always with a sense of bondage. I'm bound here. But the superintendent comes and goes. He is free. दोनों एक ही जगह पे काम कर रहे हैं. But one can do with a free mind. Other is has to do with a binding mind, right? So that kind of a difference, this karma yoga, attitude of karma yoga can give someone to perform karma. So with this, reiterating this, I'll conclude this class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you. I'll record 2 minutes for the people here. So this is the second class, and so we all still remember our Swamiji, and I was also remembering Swamiji a lot when I was doing this section, when there was a message about Loka Sangraha, and that was our Swamiji for the Loka Sangraha. He has been always very smilingly and tirelessly working. I was having that bhava. Swamiji was in my mind when I was doing these slokas in several places, and so I just want to say that Swamiji is in all our memories, and we'll continue to remember and bring him in through all our pravachans, and that is the best way we can feel connected to him. Thank you all. We'll see you again next week from where we left. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Guru Sarvebhyo Gurubhyo Namo Namaha.